Electric Fire Book 2 Hidden Chains, Chapter 8.
Once me and Metalsonic arrived to Green Hills, it felt like I'd been here before. The feeling of deja vu had taken over. Now I was full of uncertainty. I didn't remember anything, yet I feel as though I've been here. I recognize the layout of the buildings, from the vet clinic to the police station to the houses, the roads, and even the forest. I just stood in awe as Metalsonic went on ahead of me. Everything felt like a dream for the moment. I was starting to doubt myself. I mean, this couldn't be real. I've never been to Earth, right? Not before Stone found me, right? I had to have crash-landed after whatever occurred on the Ark. Maria and Gerald are gone. I'm the only one left. I ended up running into him due to the shock of where I was. I hadn't paid attention, but the other wasn't cold. This wasn't Metalsonic. I felt actual fur. Quills poked me a bit, and it didn't hurt. I thought I'd dash off, but he turned around to face me. He was just as stunned as I was.
Sonic's point of view.
I didn't expect him to run into me. At first, I was shocked, mainly in disbelief that my friend was back. Shadow, is that really you? I thought I lost you back on the Ark. I then hugged him. Sure, it might have been a little tight, but he didn't return the embrace. Please, don't ever do that again. I mean it. Don't free-fall out in space like that again. You had me so worried. I could feel my own tears were starting to take form in the corner of my eyes. I thought I was gonna lose you forever. I thought you...
Died?
I only nodded before letting him go. He just looked at me in confusion, having no idea what I was talking about, it seemed. But then he got a bit defensive, as though something was behind me. I turned to see that a robot was there. It looked like me. I decided to get in attack mode. My quills let off a bit of electricity. Shadow hadn't moved or said anything. And then I took notice of the bands on his wrists. I could tell Robotnik made them, along with the robot I was now facing. He couldn't be working with that guy, could he? I wondered. I didn't want to say and find out right now. The robot then attacked first. I dodged before curling up in a ball and homed in on the metal hedgehog before taking Shadow by the hand and taking him back to Tom's before the robot could get back up, off the ground. And yeah, I stopped time for a bit just to buy me and Shadow some time to get back to my room. Shadow was very confused. Once we made it back to the house, Tom and Maddie were at their jobs at the time, but Ozzy the dog was at the house curled up on the couch. He didn't get up when me and Shadow walked in. Seemed he hadn't noticed us, or maybe he was too comfortable to get up. So what's going on? With you. Are you working with Robotnik? I asked as I pointed to his wrists. Mainly, I was concerned for him. If he was working with Robotnik, I wondered on if this guy did any experiments on him.
Why should I tell you?
He then snapped back, getting defensive again. He never acted like this before. Well, not around me back when we were friends. Well, we were friends before. Wait, did you get amnesia or something? He then crossed his arms over his chest.
Like I tell you if I did.
Why was he acting like this? I just wanted to help, but he was being so stubborn. Well, come on, Shadow. Look, I know who you were before now. I can help you get your memory back. He didn't respond this time, but then the robot me came back this time through the ceiling. It was possible that it tracked Shadow here.
If what you say is true, I can hold him back for a bit while you talk.
He then looked at the robot hedgehog. The other stood beside Shadow, staying still. He was definitely working with Robotnik. Alright, first off, I have something for you. I turned away to grab the emergency-only bag Longclaw gave me. It's where I kept Shadow's inhibitors. I also left his bucket list in the bag in case we ever met again. At least Shadow kept Metalsonic back from doing any more harm to me. At least for now. Nervousness took over me. I was afraid on what Shadow would do after I finished telling him what I knew. I handed him the bag before backing away from him. He opened it before pulling out the contents.
So you had my rings. Why?
Calm down, you pretty much gave them to me after we put the ark back. I was trying to save you, but you let go. You didn't want to be saved. Gun had been on your tail for years because they thought you were a monster. They pretty much took everything away from you. You were afraid of being put back into isolation. You wanted to protect me from being dragged into the mess you were in with them. I think that's why you didn't want to be saved. Well, I thought that was why. Before then, you and me, we did a lot together. We got to trash a lab. When shopping with Tom and Maddie, we also hung out with Rouge and Omega, along with Tails and Crazy Coral. We both watched movies as well. I mean, we watched Speed together. I could tell Shadow was starting to remember as I spoke. He read the bucket list a bit as I spoke to him, probably to see the things he crossed out when we hung out. Though I crossed some stuff out that he wasn't here for. I wasn't quite sure at the time if he was alive or dead, so I thought I'd do a few of the things he wasn't able to. He wasn't exactly the same hedgehog I remember though back when we were friends. Something had changed in him.
So you mean Gun was what I was running from for so long? Are they still around?
Yeah, they're still around. Rouge and Omega aren't around anymore. I mean, I haven't seen them since after losing you. They both work at Gun. I've been staying off their radar. At least they seem to have kept their promise. Shadow then looked back at Metal Sonic. He smirked a bit, though I wasn't quite sure what that meant. Guess I should have run when I had the chance. Bringing Shadow back to the house was a terrible mistake.